So if you've been living under a rock, Taylor Swift has a new album out called The Life of a Showgirl, and it is getting a lot of reactions, a lot of hate across the board, and a lot of hate that is going in opposite directions somehow. But I live for the shit talking, you guys. So I'm going to go through and I'm going to break down some of the more interesting pieces of criticism that I've come across about this album. And then I'm going to talk about what I think all these critics are missing the mark on that Taylor has picked up on. So we'll get to that. But first, let's dive into some of these interesting critiques.
Your daughters should not be listening to Taylor Swift. See, it is different. Teenagers listening to Taylor Swift today than us listening to Taylor Swift when we were teenagers. She was not talking about opening up her thighs to someone who is not a husband. Okay?
I kind of understand the basic argument here, which is like there's a lot of young girls, preteens, teenagers that listen to Taylor Swift, and some of these lyrics are kind of unexpectedly racy. Parents don't know what they're exposing their kids to, and Taylor shouldn't be this role model. Duh. No celebrity should be a role model. Have we learned nothing from K-pop Demon Hunters? And when she makes overt sexual innuendo, when she sings about, I don't need your God to fix him, things like that, it's a very not great influence on what Christian conservative parents are trying to teach their kids. I get that. But don't act like this is the first time that sexual innuendo has ever been inserted into any music. This has been going on for decades, you guys. On top of that, as a conservative parent, wouldn't you already have been scandalized by Taylor Swift? She has had serious feminist undertones in a bunch of her music, including the song If I Was a Man. She's had LGBT advocacy in the song You Need to Calm Down. So why don't we stop clutching our pearls so hard at this? Taylor's allowed to grow up. You know what I mean? She doesn't have to sing about the same things that she was singing about when she was 16. Miley Cyrus completely diverted from being a Disney Channel icon to who she is now. Taylor Swift can do the same. And also, when your children are of the age where you still need to supervise their content consumption, by all means, restrict the things that you think are inappropriate for them to be exposed to. But Taylor isn't explicitly making her content for these audiences. She's making her content as she goes through her life. She's in her mid-30s. It's going to reflect that. It's a little bit of pearl clutching going on. It's a little bit annoying.
Her songs are not just music. This is discipleship. She doesn't have any kids of her own, but raising kids is hard. Why get into all that when she can just disciple your kids and train them up in the way that she would like for them to go?
Yeah, Taylor's not out to condition kids. She is out to make records, sell records, and get people to talk about those records. One of the best ways to get people to talk about those records and listen to the songs on the record is to try to make things spicy. She's not trying to influence anybody's kids. It's not that deep. All right, so let's cover some of the more progressive criticism of this album, shall we?
So if you didn't know, this is what onyx looks like, and this is what opalite looks like. When she talks about onyx and opalite, onyx is black, opalite is white. This is very intentional, and all because she perhaps feels insecure that her partner dated black women.
This is why you lost the election, you guys. You read racism, microaggressions into everything. Again, I'm going to tell you guys the same thing I told the conservatives. It is not that deep. It is not demon worship over here, okay? It is not racism over here. It is just Taylor. She is not that deep.
Oh, really? You hate Taylor Swift because she's a billionaire? Well, what about, yes, I hate that billionaire too, yes.
Oh, so now all of a sudden we're mad that she's a billionaire. She'd been a billionaire for a minute. Nobody seemed to be mad about it until she got engaged. So is the moral of the story here that you're allowed to be a billionaire and not be hated and in fact just be a beloved icon as long as you're like a bitter single feminist?
This stinks!
We like you when you're miserable!
All right, let's do one more for good measure.
Taylor Swift is handing the conservative agenda on a silver platter to the masses. You cannot convince me that the master lyricist of our generation, akin to Shakespeare, the Easter egg master of our generation is not aware of what her entire optics and lyrics and album and everything is giving at this very moment.
MAGA? What are you talking about? She literally endorsed Kamala.
But we're going to start with the rollout of the album, the announcement of the album on our boyfriend's football podcast. Our boyfriend, who plays for the NFL, who we are now aligning our brand with, who is one of the most racist and problematic industries in our country.
Yeah, once again, she's mad that Taylor announced her album on Travis's podcast. She calls the NFL like one of the most problematic industries. You're mad that Taylor is happy and in love. All of the other things could still certainly be true, but you didn't really care about those things until she became happily engaged and stopped being this single girl who went through the ups and downs of breakups throughout her entire career. But also, you guys, the most offensive thing that this woman said in this video is that Taylor Swift is a master lyricist akin to Shakespeare. So I just want to read one of the opening phrases here for Day in the Life, written by John Lennon, the Beatles. I read the news today, oh boy, about a lucky man who made the grade. And though the news was rather sad, well, I just had to laugh. I saw the photograph. He blew his mind out in a car. He didn't notice that the lights had changed. A crowd of people stood and stared. They'd seen his face before. Nobody was really sure if he was from the House of Lords. This song, which is a beautifully poignant song about the tragedies and the redundancies of everyday life, I'm going to say that's some master lyricism right there. Now let's take a look at one of Taylor's biggest hits, We Are Never Getting Back Together. I remember when we broke up the first time saying, this is it, I've had enough. 'Cause we hadn't seen each other in a month when you said you needed space. What? Then you come around again and say, baby, I miss you and I swear I'm gonna change, trust me. Remember how that lasted for a day? I say I hate you, we break up, you call me, I love you. All of the hate that Taylor Swift gets for her lyrics is completely justified because you have all the Swifties out there defending it like it is the greatest gold ever written. It is not, okay? It is horse trash for lyrics. Let's be honest about this.
I am a dark and twisted poet. The corners of my mind, you'll never know it.
Now, I also just want to make another point clear because I just like to be contradictory about everything. I love this song. I think it's a great song. I do not want anyone to confuse Taylor's lyricism with her ability to write catchy songs. This song hits. I listen to it a lot. I will continue to listen to it. I will continue to listen to a lot of music in her discography. That does not make her a lyricist. And for all you Swifties out there, get ready to come for me because I'm going to die on this hill. Which brings me to, I think, the one piece of criticism here that's actually pretty realistic. This is kind of where I fall with this album. It's not bad. It's not great. Some of the songs are kind of catchy, but it's like boiled chicken, kind of. It's not for me. I'm not feeling it. I should be the target demographic, but it's gone over my head. All this to say, you can like Taylor's album. You can hate Taylor's album. You can hate Taylor Swift. But at the end of the day, you're engaging with it. When you write that comment and, oh my God, you guys, you who hate Taylor Swift, you cannot help yourselves. You're just commenting 1, 2, 3, 4 multiple times because you cannot help yourself. You cannot stop yourself from engaging. All of that racks up to more views, more conversation, more audio downloads, more money in Taylor's pocket. She knows this, and she's banking on you guys talking about it nonstop. She's banking on me making this video about it. The girl has it figured out. I gotta respect her for that. I mean, listen to what she had to say as a response to all the criticism.
The rule of show business is if it's the first week of my album release and you are saying either my name or my album title, you're helping.
She gets it. That's why she's up here. And if you're down here and you can't help yourself but just spend all day online talking about how much you hate Taylor Swift, you might not get it. But at the end of the day, Are you not engaging with her content? I think Taylor wants you to like this record. I think she probably put a lot of time and energy and thought into this record. But at the end of the day, what Taylor really wants is for you to be talking about it. But you guys should tell me what you think in the comments, and feel free to comment 6, 7, multiple times, as much as you want. I welcome the engagement. Thanks, and I'll see you in the next one.